Hello everyone, it's Debbie again, and I thought we'd do something a little different today. So I'm going to show you, for new beginners, how to do some of the crochet stitches. And I've chose to work with this Yarn Bee sugar wheel. And so if you look on any skein of yarn, it will tell you what kind of hook to use. So this recommends a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And that's just a recommendation. You don't have to actually use that. You can use something a little smaller or a little bigger. But so just for this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and use that hook. If you see right there, it's an I or a 9, and it says 5.5 millimeter. So when you get started with just about any pattern, you're going to have to do what's called a slip knot. And so you're going to take your yarn and you're going to make a little circle and put your yarn through there and pull that and tighten it. Now if you're making something long, like a blanket or something, you're going to have to do a lot of chains. So to make a chain, you're going to hold your yarn in your hand, kind of like this, and you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook and pull it through. And so that's one chain. And then you're just going to keep doing that, as many chains as your pattern calls for. So that's 3 and 4. Let me give me a little bit more yarn to work with here. So, and you're going to just sit there and make your chains, as many as you need. I'm just going to make a few to kind of work with here to show y'all some different stitches. That's about 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9, 10. So if you look at your chains, there is a little V shape right in there that you can see. And you don't count this on the hook. Usually you're going to start in the first chain from the hook, depending on what kind of stitch you're doing. So we're going to start with a single crochet just to kind of give you an idea on how to do that. So when you're going to crochet, you're going to go right into this hole right here. You can see it. And so you're going to go in with your hook, and then you're going to yarn over and grab the yarn, and then you're going to come through, and then you're going to yarn over and come through both loops. So that's one single crochet. So you're going to do that again. You're going to go into the hole, you're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. And so you'll just keep doing that. That's a good little practice there. So you're going to go through the hole, you're going to yarn over and pull through, and yarn over and pull through both loops. So, and if you see, it's just single, it's very short. And as you see, as we go through the next stitches, you'll see that they'll get a little bit taller and a little bit taller. So that's your single crochet. And you can always rewind and watch again to get some practice on that. And then there is a half double crochet. So we're going to do basically the same thing, but we're going to grab our yarn and we're going to go through, and then we're going to grab the yarn and come through, and then we're going to grab the yarn and go through all 3 loops on your needle hook. So let me show you that again. You're going to yarn over and go through. You're going to grab the yarn again. Then you're going to grab it again and go through all 3 loops on the hook. So if you just keep practicing, it'll get better and better with time. Then you're going to yarn over and go through all 3. So if you look at these look a little taller than those single crochets. So and you know, if you do something all in single crochets, it takes longer, and if you use the half double, you know, it just uses more yarn. Let me do a couple more of those for y'all to see. Oops, kind of hard to work through the camera here. Okay, so you're going to yarn over and go through the hole, grab the yarn and come through, and then grab the yarn and go through all three. So you grab your yarn, go through the hole, yarn over, come through, yarn over, oops, I'm getting out of camera here, and go through all three. So it's a nice little stitch. In fact, that's what I used when I was making the headband thing that I showed yesterday in my video. These are all single crochets. So, I mean half doubles, I'm sorry. Half doubles. Okay. So then we got a double crochet. So let me get this taken out of here and get this back on my hook. Okay, so a double crochet, you would grab your yarn, go into the hole, and you're going to grab your yarn and pull through there, and then you're going to grab, and instead of going through all three, you're just going to go through the first two. It gets a little tricky sometimes. Oops, I went through all three. And then you're going to yarn over and go through two again. So let me do that again for you. So you're going to grab your yarn and go through, yarn over, come through, yarn over, go through two, yarn over, go through two. Okay, my work is not very tight because I'm looking through the camera. It's a little tricky here. But as you can tell, it's a much taller stitch than the last two we did. So you're going to yarn over and go through, and then yarn over and come through, and then you're going to go through two, and then yarn over and go through two. So once you get some practice on it, it'll get a lot easier. So you're going to yarn over and go through the hole, then yarn over and come through, yarn over, go through two. Ooh, that one's really loose. Then yarn over, go through two again. Oops, we stuck. Okay. So as you can tell, that's a much taller stitch. And then there's one more stitch I'm going to show you. So we're going to do a couple more of these. Yarn over and come through. Yarn over, go through two. Yarn over, go through two. You got to kind of turn that hook downward so it doesn't catch everything and split your yarn, because you really don't want to split the yarn. So we're going to go catch our yarn, and then we're going to go through, and we're going to yarn over, come through that one, and then come over, yarn through two, yarn over, come through two. And so, I'm sorry, getting a little close to the camera there. So that is your double stitch. It's a very nice stitch. It's probably one of the most common stitches that I've seen so far used. It kind of gets you your work done a little quicker because it's so much taller. So we're going to take that out, and then we'll show the treble. So, oops, we forgot to take one out there. So, back to our chain. So, normally with a treble, you would probably skip the first 4 chains. So, this one's a little different, and it's a really pretty stitch, but you're going to get 2 wraps around on your yarn, and you're going to go through this hole. And you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through that. So then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over and pull through 2 again. So as you can see, that's a much taller stitch. So I'll show you that again. You're going to wrap your yarn twice. You're going to go in through the hole and yarn over and pull through. And you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through the last 2, and it leaves you 1. So it's a very nice stitch too. But you know, I haven't seen a whole lot of patterns yet that I've used it. So you're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2 again. So, I mean, if you want to see it, it's a nice little stitch. But these are the 4 basic stitches, and there's so many things that you can do once you know these stitches, and then there's so many different ways you can use them that once you get these down packed, you can learn how to make almost any pattern there is out there. There's so many different things that they do with these stitches, and it makes really beautiful stuff. Wow, that's really big right there. So those are your 4 basic stitches, and I thought I would get on and kind of let y'all see those, and that way, you know, you can start practicing these and get them. See, mine's not too good right there, but you can get them a little better and learn how to make them. And then once you learn these, you could go on to some of the more difficult stuff that they make out there. The patterns are endless on what they do with the with these 4 little stitches. So it's fun. It's not a whole lot to learn. It's just getting used to holding the yarn, making it the right tension. Mine's not very good. I'm working through the camera, so I'm looking at it through the camera. But once you get used to making these stitches, you'll be able to make just about any pattern you can find out there, because that's your 4 basic stitches. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I'll probably be back in a few more days and let y'all see some new stuff. Maybe come out with a tutorial for my headband or something like that. So y'all have a great weekend. Bye.